Hey folks, Jeff Eubanks from Eubanks Family Homestead, where hobby homesteading is a way of life. How y'all doing today? We're out here in the bee yard, getting kind of late in the evening. It was a beautiful day. We was out here earlier and we had a lot of activity from bees. They were doing some foraging and getting in their cleansing flights and things of that nature. They was visiting our pollen substitute bucket. It was about 55 degrees or so then, a little bit cooler than that now. So, of course, the sun's going down, so they're going back in to find them a warm spot. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some videos that Christy's going to post in a little bit. They're going to be about swarms that we've had here in our bee yard that have ended up in that pine tree. Now, swarm happens naturally when a hive reaches its healthy condition in the spring, and the queen and workers have decided it's time to split the hive themselves and to create more bees. Basically, the queen will leave and take a good portion of the workers with her. The workers that are left, if they have not already got queen cells going, will create a queen cell, and that hive will hatch out queens and will continue on, and the reigning queen will go and start a new hive. And that's something natural. That's how God designed them. That's what they do, and they do it very well. Of course, most beekeepers don't want their hives to swarm. They're trying to keep them at optimum performance levels, whereas workers and producing honey. So the key thing is to keep your hives from doing that. That way you don't have any downtime for rebuilding. But if you let a week or two slide and you're not out here keeping up with the activity in the hive, looking to see how crowded it is, they can swarm on you, and it's a sight to behold. This particular hive area, I think that hive right there, has swarmed the last 3 years in a row. 2018, 2019, they swarmed within like 5 days from one year to the next, and they both went in that tree. Well, 2020, same thing happened, but they went way up in the tree. And we do not have film footage from that because it was an extensive recovery. So we didn't get any film footage of that one because it was all hands on deck. But Christy's going to share some videos of the previous swarms that we've captured here. So be sure to watch them, like them, subscribe. Push that notification bell. That way you get a notification every time we put something on YouTube, and keep up with our content here at the homestead. But yeah, we're just out here right now. Let's see. I was wanting to show you some results that we're having using the mountain campfire sugar feeding method for our bees here. This year we've had a lot of trouble with robbing. I started out earlier in the fall trying to open feed, and that was a horrendous mistake. But now right here in this hive is a good one to demonstrate with. This is the inner cover. This is the telescopic lid. See how it fits over? They call it telescopic because of that. This hive here is doing pretty good. Yeah, look here. Now this sugar was out this far a week ago, and they have got in here and really worked on it. And they've messed with the pollen sub, but not quite as much. But they're really liking that sugar, and that's just plain old, Kroger brand granulated sugar, and working pretty good. Better watch it, honey. That thing is dragging in the bees. So yeah, they're nice bees, but they don't like to be messed with. So this is something that I've gone to this year. Well, I have moved over to. I have used a radial feeder in the past using sugar water, which worked real good. And then later on putting the sugar granules in it. But this year, after I got the robbing situation going, I couldn't even put sugar water in the hives, because once you take the feed source away from the bees, they're used to going to an area, and I would feed them out there in the middle of the pasture. I mean, I tried to keep them away from the hives. Well, once you start that, you have to continue feeding them like that per Barnyard Bees, Dave at Barnyard Bees, till they stop taking the sugar water, and which is this time of the year when it finally just gets cold enough where they're not doing much foraging. But what happens is when you take it away, they start searching and seeking. And when they come along, like these hives here, they were small hives. Find a small hive and they would go in and just start robbing it. And what happens is when robber bees finds it, a hive like that, they'll go in and finally kill the queen bee and just take over the whole hive. Basically, all they do is take the resources and take them back to their hive. But I think it's in this hive right here, I found the queen and her wings were chewed up where the robber bees had come in and just, they'd killed her basically. She was still alive, but she couldn't fly. So what you try to do in a case like that, you try to reduce the entrance. That way the worker bees don't have, the guard bees don't have so much area to guard. Now this is a Eubank special right here. This is a piece of brick. They make real neat stuff, but I just threw some bricks up there. It seemed to work pretty good. So, but yeah, that's just a little tidbit there. But we are going to try to catch our swarms this year before they swarm, because we have 2 years of proof that they swarm in April here. So we're going to try to be ahead of the game for that. This is a hive tool, in case you're wondering what I'm messing with here. It's not my hive tool of choice. A J-hook is my hive tool of choice, but I leave this one out here in my horizontal hive for a case such as this when we're out here and I need to do something. So anyway, that's a little tutorial about what's going to be going on with some videos she's going to be setting up. Some swarms we caught. There's also going to be a video in there about her using a leaf blower to remove the bees from a super to harvest the honey. Now, a super is this. Oh, I'm sorry, just these two. Those are supers. Some people call them a medium. They have frames going here. And I wish I had a frame where I could show you a super frame. I might have one here that I can pull out. Let's see. Oh yeah. This hive is empty of bees. Yes. See, this is a super frame. Now what happened here, I failed to get a queen excluder on the bottom box, which is the brood chamber. This is where you want to keep your queen and all the raising of bees. And you put a queen excluder in there, which is this. Metal grate, metal rods, they're about 3/16 spacing between them. And that permits the worker bees to travel from the brood chamber to the supers, but it keeps the queen in the brood chamber. That way she can't lay eggs in your super. Because number one, you don't want extra protein in your honey, and number two, you know, it kind of messes up your pretty super frames. But anyway, this is where the honey's stored. And like I said, this is a die out right here. It was a swarm that we caught, but it didn't make it. So that's why I was able to pull this out with no worry about anything. But, and here's some more. Just, they're all empty. It was robbed out. So I've just got it closed up out here, letting the weather take care of it as far as cold air and stuff like that. So, super, brood chamber, and this is the brood chamber frame. Find one with some comb on it. I know there's one in here. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Here is the results. See, now these are dead bees. They died for whatever reason. I'm not sure. Like I said, I tried to feed them. These little things here is pollen they had stored. But you know, for whatever reason, the bees died. It was a small hive to start with. And when the robbing started, there was just no stopping it. And so I figure what happened is they robbed it out and then killed the queen. But so anyway, but this is a brood chamber frame that we have plastic foundation, and so that's the difference between a super and a deep. So that's how that works. So anyway, that's just a little tutorial of the components of a hive. And you know, if you're familiar with bees, you're thinking, okay, I know all this stuff, but hey, there may be some of our friends out there that's not, maybe thinking about getting into bees. And there'll be a video that she shares of a bee package. If you don't catch your bees in a swarm, you can either buy a nook, which is a nucleus hive. It's a 5-frame deal, or you can buy a 2 or 3 pound package of bees. And I have a quick little 30-second clip of a 3-pound package that we bought from Barnyard Bees. And in that clip, you're going to see the cage that they come in, the box they come in. You'll be able to see the can that's in there that holds the sugar water that they eat. The only thing you can't see is the queen, and she's inside a small cage. And she's plugged up in that cage with some sugar plugs in the ends and about 4 or 5 worker bees. And we're going to get another one this year, and we're going to do a video on how you install a package. So there'll be a clip of that, a clip of Swarms, and a clip of Christy running the bees out of the super so the honey can be extracted. So like this video, subscribe to our channel, please. We're trying to build our viewership, membership, and we'd really like your help for that. Share it on any type of social media you want to. You know, just help us out. We're trying to get some positive stuff out in the world today, because we all know how there's not a lot right now. So, but this has been a beautiful Sunday, beautiful Lord's Day. I hope you went to church somewhere. If you didn't, shoot for next Sunday. And so y'all take care. Hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell. God bless. You ready?
I'm ready. Woo! There they are.
Ow. I thought they didn't sting when they was on a swarm. I thought.
Can you hear them in there? Still some up there. Get them?
Yep. I stepped, I was hooked. Hope so. Hope I stepped on it.
Can you see if they're doing?
These aren't too happy.
Well, totally missed my mark.
Well, we got them down.
Get too close. The queen's in there. I hate to step on her.
I don't know if I can pick it up. All these bees that's in the air. Keep going back to the branch, even though the queen, we think, is down in that hive.